first arrive, you're gonna notice it, and if you're smart, you focus on that negative for a small time frame, and then you make the transition. So it's like, okay, that's just the way it is. I'm gonna focus my attention on something else. Oh, for example, for you, you have locks, so I know you get the. Yeah, you get that the face that has this, and you get the. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to touch it, and it's like, yo, are you serious? Your dirty, nasty hands. You want to touch my wonderfully maintained, cleaned every day, if not every other day hair? Timeout. Unnecessary roughness. Flag on the field. 15-yard penalty.
The constant. Spitting, smacking, hawking, burping, staring, photo taking, shoving, touching. I'm already, what number is this? Gossip is ridiculous. I thought gossip was bad in America, but it's ridiculous here. It's a form of entertainment. I mean, it's in America as well. I just think it's more blatant here. I can tell when you're gossiping and you're not even speaking English. That's pretty bad, and it's obvious.
Well, I just don't like people who stare at me. Is that a pet peeve or? Yeah, I don't like it.
Pet peeves, honestly, that I do on a daily. The worst ones are just the stuff I deal with on a daily basis. It's annoying, and I get over. The staring is annoying.
Okay.
The staring is annoying.
Well, I guess my main, I guess, pet peeves, like being in this country as an African American rather than just a foreigner, a lot wide, as they say. Just as just being different. It's the stares, the pointing, the laughing.
Then you have the staring. That I've kind of gotten used to, but basically everywhere you go, people stare at you. And they don't do it like in a way that, they don't do it in a way that's kind of like non-obtrusive. They do it in a way that's extremely obvious. Like staring at you when they're like a foot away from your face, or if you're behind them on an escalator talking to their friends. And even if you don't speak Chinese, if people whisper to each other, then turn around and stare at you, then come and whisper to each other again, you know what's happening, okay? You definitely know what's happening.
People would always stare at me. They would.
The staring is definitely a pet peeve of mine, because back home, like, staring is rude, like, you don't stare. But here, they just like stare, and sometimes it's okay, because I'm like, okay, maybe you've never seen a black person before or something. But other times, it's kind of annoying, because I'm like, I've been here for, what, 3 months now? So I'm like, I'm used to China, why can't China get used to me? You know?
Actually, the staring. Sometimes I can ignore it.
Mostly it's just the looking. And the things they say behind our backs, they'll laugh at you, I mean, I've had people say things in Chinese and understand them at some parts, what they're saying, and it's just insulting words. And
well, the staring, the staring annoys me now. Like,
staring, I've kind of gotten used to the staring, but still at times it's just kind of how your day is going. Like I can be getting on a train if I'm not feeling it, and somebody, and I don't really care for staring. I try to look at my, my phone, divert my attention. But sometimes it's just like you can kind of feel like a bunch of eyes just like locked in on you. Yeah, at times that can just get to me.
And the constant staring, like, if you want to say hello, or if you're scared to say hello, then stop staring. If you want to say hello, just say hello to me, and I'll say hi back, and you know what, that'd be so much nicer than you just staring, like, almost falling off your bike. Like, I actually had a man that fell off his bike. I had a woman that wanted to come into my hotel room to check the air conditioner, and then the aircon, and then I was getting ready to leave the house, so I was like, you're going to have to come back in a minute. She's like, no, you can get ready and I can do it at the same time. And as I was getting ready, she was just standing there, just smiling and staring at me. I was like, but hang on, you came in here to do a job. Get out of my room. I had to tell her straight, get out of my room and wait for me to finish. Once I finish what I'm doing, you can come in and do whatever you want. I can't have you coming into my private space. In private space, they don't do private. Private space, my turf, they don't understand. And just staring at me like I'm an alien. I can't deal.
And this is what happens. I'm recording it.
Didn't know if you wanted to say this is what happened. Didn't know if you wanted to say anything. Oh, me too.
Word. Sure.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
All right.
That bullshit. Ever go away? Like that's another one of mine right there.
Oh, is he taking pictures of us, or?
Yeah, because he did it over there, and he's walked down the block to get better shots.
Okay. Stuff like that I'm used to it now. Maybe he see me somewhere, or you never know. He might be a producer for a TV show. Like, hey, what's up? You know, can you guys? Blah 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 blah.
The cameras, the unauthorized pictures, I don't think the pictures. I like the pictures. I appreciate the attention. You know, coming from a place where in America where you got to be super special to get attention a lot of times, and to come here where just being myself just makes everybody want to stop and look. It's kind of cool. You know, the pictures part about it. But like the pointing and the laughing is what got me. Like the whispering. Like, what the fuck you talking about? I'm sorry.
Photos. They would just like look at me and point at me and.
Or try to take pictures when I'm not looking. Sometimes I just sensitive. And I'm like, what is going on here? Why am I the only one that can openly express how I'm feeling, but I'm the one getting shot down, being called sensitive. That was when I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna say nothing else. Cause y'all over here thinking I'm being a punk. And it's just the reality, like, dude, this stuff sucks. It's not like I'm Kobe Bryant, I'm a freaking celebrity, and people are taking pictures of me because they're in awe. Some of them dudes, the shit that they be saying is like, some rude stuff, man. No, it's a good and a bad thing about, you know, anyway, alright, so.
And taking pictures.
You know, I think the main one for a while was just the picture taking. Like, there's this one instance, which is when I remember when I just really hated it, which was, so two of my friends were performing for this woman who makes the shoujiaobings, the like little raps. You know, we were performing for the rap lady because she makes us raps every morning. So we're like, yeah, like, so he was playing the ukulele, and he considered himself a West Indian man, and she's white with blonde hair, and she's singing, and I'm like, there's an actual performance going on here. I'm standing next to my friend, and this professional photographer is like taking like maybe a few pictures, sees me, literally turns the camera to me and starts taking pictures. And I was like, I literally have nothing. There's a performance. You don't want to take pictures of the performance? I have to go. And at that point, I was like, I literally just turned around and left. I was like, I have to go. If anyone's looking for me, just tell them I left. And I just walked down the block. I was like, this is ridiculous.
This is his life.
So for the record, if I ever go to anything, as you see Niagara Falls behind me, and I stand still too long, Chinese people think I'm a part of the exhibit and then try to take photographs. Yeah.
Touching my hair, taking pictures of me, whispering, pointing. And I don't like people touching my hair, really.
What are you whispering about? You can't say it out loud. And then, like, as I learned the language, I would understand, like, when they say hey, they talk about me, hey, meaning black, rim, meaning person. So it's like black person. Like, why is that the most important thing that you point out? And then, like, my hair. And then, like, my hair. And then it got to the next level, which is the disrespect. It's like the touching, unauthorized touching. Well, usually it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me when they touch my hair, as long as when I reach back to embrace them, they don't act like they're scared of me. If they touch me, they're touching my hair, and I reach to touch their hair, and they act like I'm scared of them. You know, that part kind of bothers me, because it's like, also you can touch me, but like I can't touch you. Like we can't share that embrace. Like, why are you afraid of me? You know, what did I do to make you afraid of me? You walk up, touch me without asking, but if I want to touch you, you're like scared now. It's like, nah, it's just, I mean, it's an equal exchange. So that kind of bothered me.
I never liked it. The concept of people trying to touch you, touch your hair.
Oh, and people pulling my hair. My hair is grown more recently. Oh, of course my hair is grown because I've been cutting it. And like, you know, a couple people just like come up, they'll be hi, like, hi, nice. You know, nice about it. They speak Chinese. I know a little bit more Chinese now. They ask me like where I'm from. You know, I'm like, I'll come from America. And they're like, no, you know, I'm like, yeah. And then they'll like literally just touch my hair and like pull my hair. I'm like, oh, you know, fake wall. I was like, yeah, but I'm not from Africa. I'm from America. And like literally grab my chin hair, and that's like grounds for, you know, I don't know, getting choked or something. But yeah, that's really my pet peeves that I currently have. Other than that, China's been okay.
Oh, they use white models here too. I never would have guessed it.
Being pale is a big deal, I feel.
Yeah, they even have like whitening agents in the lotion, I guess.
Yeah, but that was white person. That wasn't like an Asian pale person.
And it doesn't bother me as much, but also like being in a country where they feel, China feels that like most countries have a beauty aesthetic, like what they believe, you know, is beautiful, what they don't believe is beautiful. And here they see whiteness as, you know, a more beautiful feature. Like some of them use like skin lightening creams. They carry parasols and like umbrellas in the summertime so they don't get darker. So it's very important to them, you know, to try to be like white, opaque, as much as possible. So when they see, you know, a black person, you know, it's the complete opposite of what they deem to be beautiful. I'm not saying that they believe, you know, Africans or African Americans are ugly, but it's the opposite of what they deem to be beautiful, which is like whiteness, you know, clear skin. It's actually funny because sometimes to see like what they think is like a really beautiful girl, like really big eyes, like really white skin, really thin, and like that's the most beautiful girl in the world. They call her like Little Flower. Like every college has their like Little Flower. It's like the most beautiful girl, and they have websites dedicated to like all the little flowers across China. Like, so it's kind of like, it's kind of cool. It's kind of weird, like just to see how they view beauty and why it looks the way it looks for them. So. And then how that affects them looking at me.
Right.
The idea that if you're not white, you can't speak English as well as a white person. That's kind of a serious one. I've been denied several high-profile jobs because I'm black. Basically, that's the only reason. And it's hard in China to find an English teacher that has experience, that has a degree, that can speak your language, that's flexible with your times, that's faithful to you. And I feel like I've been all of those things with a lot of the applications that I've had, but a lot of the higher profile ones. And it's very sad to me to think that the people in China with a lot of power and a lot of money don't want you to teach Chinese to their child because they're afraid their child will get the wrong idea about you because you're black and, you know, sophisticated English is coming out of your mouth. That's just, it's not, I mean, it's not kosher, I guess. I don't think that's a healthy idea. Chinese children growing up that way are bound to be very ignorant, and I just think that that's, you know, the first time it ever happened, I was really, really, really pissed off. But at this point, I've been like, well, I'm sorry, it's your loss. There are so many families and kids that I do tutor that love me, and I love them, and they're amazing, that I can't afford to get wound up over, you know, the one or two people that are like, no, you're black. Standards of beauty, if you're not super white and super skinny, you're not pretty in China, which, you know, fuck that. After a while, you just kind of let it go, and you learn not to take things seriously, like when if a Chinese person calls you fat, it's not because you're actually fat, it's because you're not real thin, pretty much.
The only
only problems I've had a few taxi drivers see me and say no, and keep driving past me, and then they'll pick up somebody else. That happened a few times in Beijing. That happened here maybe 3 or 4 times in the 3 years that I've been here, but I don't know if it was because they were saying no, I didn't have enough time, or oh my gosh, black person or a foreigner, no, you know. So I don't really know that one. With Beijing, it was, yeah, okay, black person, no. And then they picked up the person right next to me. So I knew it had something to do with me. And I've also been turned down from a couple of tutoring jobs. At first, the people, will communicate, I'll speak Mandarin. Yeah, it's great, okay, I can't wait for you to start teaching my daughter. And the last time, this particular family, the woman asked me to send her my resume and a photo. And before she saw my resume and my photo, everything was fine. She was really excited for me to teach, to tutor her child. And then after that, it was, we'll let you know, maybe not this week, but maybe next week. And my friend who actually got me in touch with that family sent me a message and said, yeah, they don't want you. They're not gonna say it, but it's because you're black and they don't want a black person to teach their child.
They assume that I come from Africa, like I'm African, like I come from a country in Africa. My family was born in Haiti. So Haiti to America. So I consider myself Haitian American. Knowing that I originate from Africa, knowing that the people from Haiti once came from Africa.
Yeah.
Okay, slaves from Africa to Haiti, colonized by the French. Great, down to the grandparents, migrated to America, started a family there, my generation. Now, I struggle with my students sometimes to explain to them, like, I am African, but I'm American. They get it, but they don't get it. Some of them are like, nah, you're African, that's it. You just speak English because you learned it in school. At home they speak, what country do you come from? You come from Africa, and then like, Africa's not a country. So, what are you talking about? Oh, well, and then I have students that tell me, oh no, you're not African, maybe you're Indian. Maybe you're Brazilian, but you can't come from America.
Because of what they think an American looks like.
And I keep trying to tell, that America, there are Chinese people in America. Might not be your cousins and friends, but there are quite a number of Chinese people in America.
Actually, they might, in Guangzhou, they might just be their cousins and friends, if they're Canton people, because most of the Chinese Americans are Cantonese people.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And I tell them that when you get to that airport in America, if you ever have that opportunity, I think you might not make it through customs because your jaw will just be on the floor when you see the size of people, the color of people.
Yeah, most TSA agents are black.
Ready and ready. Don't come to Newark Liberty Airport. Come on. And I think they're stuck in like Nazi land, like everyone. Blonde hair, blue eyes, tall, skinny, beautiful. I roll my eyes 1,000,000 times a day.
I'm glad I don't face that in Shenzhen. Like, because they're so obsessed with basketball, it's like, that's the easy, for me it's the easiest way to relate, like, I'd be like, oh, where are you from? Or like, what are you? Like, one dude in the cab, I don't speak Chinese, well, I can say things, it doesn't process back. So dude just kept pointing at me, and he pointed at himself, he's driving, I'm sitting in the front seat.
Me.
Yeah.
You said not then.
Yeah.
Me. I like when they go, me, China.
Yeah. Well, he kept saying his hometown, so that's what was tripping me out. He was like, nah, Foshan. And I was like, Foshan. I'm like, what? I was like, oh, I was like, Mego ring. And he's like, and he just kind of looked back and thought about it, and he was like, oh, LeBron James. I was like, sure.
My kids were obsessed. When I taught like that age, now I teach young kids, and I taught like middle school, high school, I can get them to do anything. And I'm like, yo, my cousin, he in the NBA, Ryan, he in the NBA, he won't come and he gonna show y'all some stuff. They go, all right, teacher. Okay, teacher. Like that, they feed off of that.
You gonna dig?